I was an only child, and I lived in a neighborhood where there weren't a lot of kids. So most of my time was spent, like, whether it was like creating, elaborate erector set dioramas that like I used as props for my plastic army men and stuff like that, or cowboys or whatnot, or just creating stuff out of like cardboard, cardstock, making mobiles, just doing things like that. Even going into college, I had this idea that all these things that I did creatively were just for relaxation, and it I think it hindered me. One day, I remember I was looking at some vintage military field gear, and I was just looking at the stitching of it, this heavy cotton thread, and I just thought to myself, what machine produces that kind of stitch? Long story short, I bought an industrial sewing machine from a vehicle upholsterer that wasn't needing it, and I brought it home and I started like kind of repairing field gear and other things like that. Then I started making a couple items that I wanted for myself. I was going to PayPal at the time, which was my placeholder job, and I needed something to carry my lunch in. So on a Sunday afternoon, I took some scrap waxed canvas that I had, and within probably 3 hours, I designed and mocked up the first prototype of my lunch tote, which would then be the catalyst that propelled me into Artifact. I can come up with colorways, textures, materials. I can create stuff that is appealing. But what no one really told me about when I first started was like just the whole how do you deal with being audited by the IRS? How do you deal with an employee that is toxic to your work culture? How do you deal with balancing and accounts receivables, and even just like double entry bookkeeping? If you're doing something and you're good at it and it just comes easy to you, where you just don't even feel like it's work, then that's probably something you should think about long term. And so I think in that case, I'm better suited for this than probably almost all the other jobs I've ever done in my life. And it's my personal experience that like when I had a song in my head that I was like trying to write, when it was finally recorded and mastered, it was good and I was proud of it, but it was never exactly the way I dreamt it. Whereas for some reason with the Artifact thing, like I can just suss out these ideas until they are pretty much spot on what I wanted. I find that way more gratifying. So yeah, I mean, I think I'm not bored with what I'm doing. I'm still excited pretty much almost every day to come and deal with the challenges and create new challenges. So I think I'm pretty well suited for this. I'm Chris Hughes, and this is why I create.